What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Anime Analysis, where we analyze the videos as they come out, as they air, and you decide whether it's good or not, and whether you're going to keep watching the anime, or you're going to drop it, or maybe you're going to get into it for the very first time. I'm your host, I'm Masaru Ninja, your favorite anime weeb ninja on YouTube, and again, we're just going to get into it, so roll my shit, get the intro going. Real quick, we're going to start. Uh, Essentially, Kira, our main MC, rescues his friend from a gruesome death in a brothel, which is Kensho. And if you guys didn't know, in the very first episode, for some reason, if you haven't watched it, he essentially worked a horrible job, and he's basically making a list of things that he wants to do before he dies or becomes a zombie. Since he was working at a horrible job that took way too much advantage of them, other workers. So essentially, he never had time to do the things he loved. And without further ado, ZOM100 episode Bucket List of the Dead, episode 4. So he ends up playing, for some reason, again, they were in the building last time, but for now, they have a setup going on. They have a bunch of food, cookware, they have a TV, they have a little console, which I don't know how they're playing it, but whatever. And essentially, Akira was playing zombie game with a PS4 controller, seemingly. It looks like a PS4, I don't know. But Kensho ends up whipping up some delicious looking food. My mouth was watering the whole time I was watching this. For, beginning of the episode. Oh shit, that shit looked crazy. Like, I love that. Anyways, Akira swears to get a girlfriend, essentially, because Kensho was, again, last episode, he was essentially bragging about getting money and women and all this stuff. And after they're done eating, Kensho reviews Akira's list and adds his own to become a stand-up comic. And then later on, both of them essentially go into the inner city to get a flat screen for Akira, which is one of his things that he wants in his list. Or I think it was not a flat screen, well, I mean, because they're all flat screens, but I think it was like AK Ultra or some shit, I don't know. Essentially, he just wants like a widescreen, that's what it was, a widescreen. And there ends up being a roadblock as soon as they get there. And lo and behold, there's an oil tanker that just ends up right behind them, turning around the corner. And how many times is it gonna do this? Like, there's been like 2 episodes already. So Akira has the brilliant idea of using his, because they're on a motorcycle. He ends up using car as a ramp, and they end up jumping out of the way, narrowly escaping the explosion behind them like a boss. And I thought it was perfectly done. It was so cool. And they end up going down into an underground mall. Again, you'll see the fire still chasing them, but again, they make it out in time. But sadly, they escape into an zombie-infested mall, to which both Akira and Kensho end up, conveniently going into a convenience store inside the mall, off to the right, and they end up avoiding all the zombie horde that's in front of them. As soon as they get into the convenience store, they're immediately greeted by 3 women and some rando, which by here on out I'm gonna just name him Rando because he doesn't have a name. They never name dropped him. So continuing on, as they escape, they again greeted by 3 women, which the names are, and I'm gonna take a pause here, so just bear with me: Rika, Maki, and Yukari. And essentially, they end up revealing that the 3 girls are flight attendants who arrived as soon as they arrived. The outbreak had started, and conveniently ended up being in that mall for some reason. I don't know how, but it is what it is. After it's revealed that their flight attendants, Kensho and Akira, are basically ecstatic at this point because it's one of Akira's dream things to do on his list is to basically wine and dine with the flight attendant. Akira tries to make a move on Yukari shortly after, but fails miserably as Kensho ends up rizzing up another girl named Maki, making Akira lose it at this point, not having any game due to the insane work hours that he's put, again, into his horrible job. Before the outbreak, of course. Akira, not wanting to lose to Kensho, ends up downing a whole bottle, but in this case I think he actually snorted, so I think he poured it down his nose for some reason. Essentially ends up rizzing the other chick, Rika, and lightens up the mood, essentially distracting everyone from the horde that's outside, waiting to kill them. So now they're having a party. After Akira has downed the whole bottle, he ends up immediately regretting as he's cooking his guts out in his bathroom. Shortly after, Yukari ends up comforting Akira as he's throwing up by rubbing his back. And then we cut back to Reika, who is outside with the rando, who's revealed to be bitten in the ankle and who knows how long he's been bitten, because I guess he's taken quite a long time to transform in this anime. And essentially he starts turning into a zombie and ends up attacking Reika, which is, again, they're alone outside, nobody's near them. To which we cut back to Kensho as he's seen scoring with Maki and the second floor of the mall where there's a bunch of beds, and you know, they're doing the deed basically. As he's done piping her, and she asks for another round, basically ignoring the yells of Reika as she's being eaten alive. She's like, whatever, we just go another round. And my boy has got some good D if that's the case, because damn, I mean, you hear a fucking yell literally close from a girl that you know, that you worked your whole like, I'm not gonna say all your life, but essentially worked with. You don't think that something bad is happening. She just doesn't care. She's just more focused on getting into Kensho's pants. But anyways, Yuki reveals that she has a boyfriend. Yukari, I'm sorry. Yukari reveals that she has a boyfriend to Akira, and he's basically left in shambles as he's like, damn, I thought I had a chance, but thank God, at least, you know, I had the idea of maybe I had a chance, and it lasted for a while. So he kind of found solace in that. So whatever. Kensho and Maki then investigate after they're done with their piping, as you can see her in the background. You know, she's like stumbling across. She's stumbling. She looks like she's dead. Like she's fucking tired as hell. And damn, I know that look. You know. Anyways, They go investigate the scream. Sorry, I got sidetracked. And again, she's basically stumbling as they encounter Reika, well, zombie Reika now. And essentially Maki is being so disoriented from the good piping. Essentially she's too loopy to react, and she ends up getting eaten by Reika as she pounces on her. And Kensho essentially takes her out immediately after by grabbing a random ass luggage that I guess is one of the girls maybe, and just bashes her head in. As the rando is nowhere to be seen, the original zombie, Yukari and Akira end up sitting in the stairwell where essentially she opens up about her demanding job relating to Akira, as early in the episode he talked about his demanding job and how he quit after the zombie apocalypse. And after her touching moment, the rando ends up showing up behind them and pounces on Yukari, Akira pulling him off and then right hooking him down the stairwell, and a cool scene where he looks like a badass. Essentially, Yukari explains her first flight when she was younger, and a flight attendant that had rubbed her back to essentially calm her down because she had like motion sickness or something. And essentially, her doing that to Akira ended up reminding her of that and her dream of becoming a flight attendant for that very reason, to help other people, as that flight attendant initially helped her. And you know, she ends up getting eaten, and it's just sad. It's sad that my boy gets cucked, and he gets, you know, every potential love, I guess, in this anime, being taken away from him, stripped away, and he's running away. You know, as she saves him once more, pushing him out of the way. Again, she's getting in, running towards Kensho, trying to look for Kensho to get out of there. To which Kensho ends up coming out of nowhere, and he ends up flying the flat screen in the fucking funniest scene immediately after, which I can't show. I don't have a picture or anything, but they just end up like making this stupid ass little scene, whatever, man. And Akira adds a new goal basically to his to basically find his childhood dream at the end of the episode, and that's essentially how the episode ends. It was just like that. I know the last part was real quick. The hilarious ass scene with the TV as they carry it out the fucking mall, and right before they get it onto the motorcycle before they drive off, it was such a hilarious fucking scene. I still played it in my fucking head, bro. It's fucking funny. And I hope you guys have watched this episode, and if you guys haven't got into ZOM100, Bucket List of the Dead, I sincerely wish you do. I hope you do, because it's a fucking hilarious ass show, man. And I fucking love it so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this video as well. Drop a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch. I'm Amaterasu Ninja, same name as the channel. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. And I'm gonna be streaming hopefully if I finish my double upload, my second video, I will be streaming the new COD weapons. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, you beautiful fucking nerds. And as always, deuces.